Hey everyone, it's your girl Nisi here with Wild Pear Tarot. Thanks so much for tuning in to my channel. If you're new to the channel, just wanted to give you a little introduction about me. I'm a tarot and oracle reader. I'm also a light worker, an alchemist and spiritualist, and I'm here to offer messages of hope, compassion, and love at the end of the day. So thanks so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So we're starting out with a channeled message. This is for the collective. Now I always preface any channeled messages that I have for the collective. If it doesn't resonate with you, then the message most likely is not for you. So if it is though, take from it what you need, utilize that message, use it for whatever's happening in your life right now. And because this is a message from Spirit. But if you are feeling pulled to hear this reading, hear this message, and it resonates with you in your spirit, then you know that this message is for you. So I went ahead and already shuffled my cards, already meditated. I was able to scribble a couple of notes in preparation for this channeled message. And I want to, before I get started, to provide some info on the cards that I'm using. So these cards right here, this is from the Prisma Visions Tarot. Hopefully that comes through here. And these cards are from the Spirit Animal Oracle deck. It's a really beautiful deck. By Colette Baron Reed. Definitely, if you guys are interested in any oracle decks, cop that. And then the Sacred Destiny Oracle. I usually use this. This is by Denise Lynn. This is a really great deck. I mainly use this for shadow work. I offer readings for people who are getting into shadow work. And so Spirit wanted me to use these messages or provide cards from this deck because there are some elements from this message that some people need to heal from and deal with. So let's flip these cards over so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. All right. Now it's interesting, I set it up this way. And I just kind of followed what Spirit wanted me to do as far as the outline. So the Rhino Spirit card, overcome any obstacles. The Emperor card, the Skunk Spirit Oracle card, know your worth. The word freedom, the Six of Swords, and relaxation. So the overall message from this this spread and the message that Spirit gave to me was, it's time, if you haven't already, to get your ducks in a row. And that's a euphemism for it's time to get your shit together. It's time to start putting things in motion, start putting things or moving things from the planning phase into the action phase for some of you, and then for a significant few, just as significant, it's for you to start planning. It's for you to start figuring out or configuring, what's supposed to be happening next in your life. Now, interestingly, the Six of Swords and the Emperor card, came out. And I want to pull these out and bring these out so you guys can see it here. I hope it can. So the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords and the Emperor card. This is very powerful because the Six of Swords is usually a sign that it's time to move on. A sign that it's time to move from one stage of your life into the next, that it's time to leave some elements of the past behind or to let some things go. And it's interesting, you know, when you look at the Six of Swords here, with this particular deck, you see these butterflies moving over this bridge of swords, and then you notice how the trees are kind of bending in the direction that the butterflies are meant to be going. And I see these clouds here. These are supposed to be clouds. I see them kind of as like a snail. It kind of has that image of a snail. But you see the kind of starry background, and you see this, you know, this bridge here. And this is supposed to signify, Spirit is saying it's supposed to signify that it's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to let go of what was, and to move into what is and what's to come. So for many of you, it's letting go of baggage that y'all have held on to. It's letting go of old stories and old things, and old messages that don't resonate with your spirit anymore. Like you've moved on from it now. You've moved past it now. It's time to let it go. It's time to move past it, and it's time to move forward. And the trees are bending in the direction, like nature is going to take its course. It's almost like nature is going to, or the universe itself, and I would even say Mother Earth is like, you know, especially what's happening with the pandemic, like things are I would even say that Mother Earth is kind of going through a cleansing process and removing some of the toxins, removing some of the things that were old and, you know, cannot come into the new world. And so it's shifting right now. And this is also for us, you know, as we're moving into this new phase. It's like certain things can't come with us. Certain people can't come with us. It's a new season. We're moving into a new season. And it may be a sad time for some. It may be a time of deep introspection, I would say. Also, you know, people who are feeling melancholy or feeling sad about what has to be left behind. But Spirit is saying to not really focus on that. It's time to kind of move forward. And especially with this Emperor card, you see this skull here. And I think this is of kind of like a ram, because you see kind of like the ears. This is actually kind of showing that you have to be resolute about this change. This is not something where you can, you know, with the Six of Swords, it usually represents a sad time, but it's almost something, it's like you have to be very certain as you move forward. It's about certainty. It's about fully knowing that this next phase of your life is going to herald in a time where you're in more control, whether it be you're more in control of your life, more in control of the decisions you make, the decision-making process. You're more in control of your faculties, your mental faculties, your physical and emotional faculties, your spiritual faculties. It's really being resolute and knowing exactly what it is that you're supposed to be doing, you know, as you're moving forward. So the Emperor is here to kind of show you, like, you have to stand tall in your decision. You have to be resolute. You have to be fierce. And this isn't about destructive. This is not a time to, Spirit's saying it's like destruction is like not something that you want to kind of create in your life right now. Because things, I mean, and in a way, some certain things are being destroyed, but it's like, that's what's naturally happening. You don't want to kind of create that in your life, because it's already, the destruction is happening, like, for things to fall away. So you don't want to kind of create any sort of internal destruction, because what's happening externally in terms of your experiences and things like that, they're shifting right now. So just be mindful of that. And a couple of things that Spirit was telling me, it's really about with these two cards here, the Six of Swords and the Emperor, it's commandeering your life. That's the message Spirit gave me. Commandeering your life. It's time to take the reins. It's time to step into your power. It's time to step forward into this new phase of being, this new phase of life. If anyone is going through any kind of transformation, you are you're now kind of in the integration process. For some of you, you're in an integration process where you're integrating all of these new changes, and it's like you're not a completely new you, but there's certain things that just don't resonate with your spirit anymore. They don't resonate with you mentally. They don't resonate with you emotionally or physically. And it's almost like someone who's like building a muscle, like how, you know, over time you get stronger and stronger. It takes time. But if you have a goal in mind and you're walking on that path towards your goal, you're just going to continue to level up. And that means certain things that you used to do, you really can't do anymore because they don't work, you know, or they're not going to work. With these two oracle cards, so the Rhino Spirit, and also notice how with these animal oracle cards, there's a number at the top of each card. Be sure, for any of you into numerology, check out the meaning of these numbers, and to kind of see what messages that come through. So for the number 50, or for the Skunk Spirit, number 54, for anyone that's into numerology or maybe has seen these numbers repeatedly, or is resonating with this number, be sure to look it up and kind of see what messages, what additional messages come through. But the Rhino Spirit, this is saying overcome any obstacle. So this is such a powerful message, as well as the Skunk Spirit. I'm going to lift this up here so you can kind of see it. Skunk Spirit, know your worth. Yeah. So these are really powerful cards to have. And this is also going to help you as you move forward. Because again, you are having to, once you as you're commandeering your life, you realize, okay, I know who I am. I know what I believe in. I know my worth. And so I'm able to move forward easily, passively, without any kind of issues. Or if there are any issues, I know that I can overcome them. And I'm going to look this up and kind of see what messages Spirit has with the Rhino Spirit card. So this is for a message for a small group of people that don't want to let go yet. For people that don't want to let go, whatever reasoning behind them holding on to the past, holding on to what was, focused more so on the obstacles in front of them, or focused on the pain, the issues, all the things that they've either already gone through or preparing to go through. This is telling you, this is with the Rhino Spirit card, this is showing confirmation that whatever it is that you're dealing with right now, you have the power, you have the creativity to get through it. You have that within you. You have that within you. This is a time to call on your spirit guides, to call on spirit, to call on your ancestors. This is a time, and for you to have willpower, to show some strength, to show some backbone. And it's really interesting how these two cards, you see the rhino, and it's showing you that, like, you can either ram through it, or you could just be like the butterfly and just float along. You can either barrel through it, and cause destruction, right? As I mentioned before, be destructive in the way, like burning a bridge, right? You could either burn that bridge from the Six of Swords card. You can be destructive as you move on, or you could just be like the butterfly and just float quietly on. That choice is up to you, whether or not you want to do that. But either way, you have to move forward. Like, it's like Spirit's saying, it's like you're not going to have a choice. There's no choice in the matter. The only choice is like how you move forward from this situation. You're going to move forward from it. The question is how. And you get to decide that. That's where free will comes in your situation. How you decide to move forward. But it's time for you to grab the reins and start to commandeer and command what is supposed to be happening in your life and how. So for some of y'all, if y'all have any kind of conflict, if y'all have people in your life that you just tired of and you just want to put them on full blast, you ready to burn some bridges, really think about the consequences, because there's always consequences involved with that. Think about, how that's going to kind of move forward. So yeah, just be mindful of that. Now, the skunk spirit, know your worth. So this is really about self-value. This is about the value of self. This is about who are you? Who are you? On every level of your life and every aspect of your life, who are you? What do you value? What is important to you? And when someone challenges you, when someone, right, when there's an obstacle in your way, when someone's challenging you, how are you going to remain true to yourself, despite the challenges that come through, despite the challenges that come ahead? This is a time for you to be unapologetic about who you are. And again, this is also in alignment with commandeering your life. When you know who you are, you know what you stand for, you know what you value, you know what you believe in, and you're rooted in that and you're grounded in that, it's really hard to shift you, right? It's going to be really hard to move you. or to push you out of your center. And it's really interesting how these two cards are pretty much facing each other. You got the rhino spirit, and then you have the skunk spirit, and how they're kind of facing each other. It's almost like a bit of a face-off. And it's almost like spirits saying, like, mirror to mirror. It's you looking at a reflection of yourself. It's you looking in the mirror at yourself and telling and really talking to yourself. For some of y'all, that's what y'all need to do. Some of y'all need to stand in the mirror or stand in the mirror. Stand in front of a mirror. Stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself and really, peer into yourself and ask yourself that question, who am I? Or meditate on that question, who am I? What do I value? What do I believe in? What is important to me? And what am I up against right now that's causing friction, that's causing challenges, that's causing obstacles, and how am I going to move through it? Accept that you are going to move through it. So start with that acceptance. I'm going to move through it no matter what, but the question is how. The rhino spirit and the skunk spirit oracle card. It is really about you kind of facing yourself and determining, who are you in the face of adversity, in the face of obstacles, and how are you going to respond, and how are you going to push past it. That's really what it's about. And also, I also want to go back to the Six of Swords, because for some of y'all, Spirit wanted me to tell you that you really have to be aware of, and this is in conjunction and in connection with the Skunk Spirit Oracle, the Emperor card, and the Rhino card, and also with these two cards down here. But it really is about, and this is for a select few of you, you really have to know where it is that you're going, and are you sure of the journey in front of you and the destination. So part of getting all your ducks in a row, that initial message that Spirit wanted me to provide, part of getting all your ducks in a row is getting everything in order for yourself. Planning, it's a planning phase, and being prepared for the opportunities that are to come. So making sure that you understand that in order for you to, overcome any of these obstacles, it's understanding and knowing who you are, but also being prepared for the moment. Spirit had given me a vision of Beyonce performing at the Super Bowl, and how she had such an impeccable and flawless performance, and she was fully prepared for the moment. She was fully prepared for that performance, and it helped to propel her career even further, because usually the Super Bowl represents the pinnacle, or one of the pinnacles of one's music career or artistry, and to be able to perform on such a huge stage. And so Spirit pointed that out to me in a vision. So any of you guys that are, looking at this video, be sure to check out Beyonce's Super Bowl performance as well, because it'll give you a lot of insight into not just the amount of work she put in to have like a really great and standout performance, memorable performance, but like how much fun she had. And that's going to also go into these other cards here when it comes to relaxation and freedom. So moving into that freedom. Also, actually, let me go back to the Six of Swords here, because this is also, or the Beyonce reference, because Spirit wanted me to, some notes that I had written about this reading. Spirit said it's about enjoying yourself and being prepared for the moment. So preparation is really important, and that goes back to the initial message of getting your ducks in a row. You know, when you plan and you're prepared, you've done the research, you've done the work, you've put in, the rehearsal time, you've put in, the time to rebuild your body, you've put in, the time to, learn a new language, or to overcome an obstacle, right? And you're looking for answers, you're trying to figure out how can I do this? When you are prepared, when that opportunity comes, you are ready. You are ready to move forward. You're ready to reach new heights, and you're able to do so because of that preparation. That's really important. So moving into these last two cards, these two oracle cards here, the Freedom card and the Relaxation card. These are really important cards to have as part of this reading, because it also ties in with the overall message. Freedom. When you are able to truly, be who you are and knowing your worth, right? That's where freedom comes in. You're able to fly, you're able to, with the images of the birds, right? And it's not just one bird, it's a flock of birds. So I see that as a message of when you're able to expand your wings and be authentically yourself, other people will see that. Other people will resonate with that. And you're able to inspire others to do this exact same thing. So it's so important to not just to first know your worth and then to also become that, to be that. So knowing your worth, know who you are, so then you can be who you are. Once you know your worth, know your values, know your beliefs, then you can embody that and become that and start to be that and live that out and live that. And then also think about expansion, with this, this card, when you look at the wingspan of the bird, of this, bird here that kind of sticks out, think of expansion, or I think of expansion when I see that. So as you're moving forward into a new phase of your life, it's also a way for you to expand, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, or any other facets of your life that's important to you, or maybe you've been affected by. It's really important for you to take this message, as a way for you to expand who you are, expand what it is that you're doing, and making sure that, again, you're certain about it. You know who you are. You know you can overcome. You got to figure out how. You got to figure out whether or not you're going to be, pressing through, charging through, or if you're going to be peaceful about it, if you're going to just allow things to simply take its course. And that moves into the relaxation piece. It's really, really important as you're going through, these changes, these phases, these new things in your life, that you take time to just chill the fuck out. You take time to just chill and to just relax and enjoy life. And this is a picture of, I think this is a man in a hammock reading a book in front of the moon. And it's such a beautiful card. And it's also, you're being guided. For some of y'all, well, for most of us, if not all of us, we are being guided. If we can, sit and listen and allow that guidance, to kind of take hold, so we know how to move, we know how to maneuver. So it's really important, like relaxation, enjoying the simple things, and just let things unfold naturally. Let things unfold as they, let things move forward. Let things pass, by. Let things, Whatever's meant to fall away, let it fall away. You don't have to fight. You don't have to push and pull. None of that. So it's really important, you know, with this overall message. Again, it's the Six of Swords and the Emperor is really like you're getting ready to move forward. And things are going to naturally take its course. Now, whether or not any obstacles that come in your way, you can decide to, you know, have that rhino spirit and believe that you can overcome any obstacle. And it really comes down to the how you overcome that obstacle. But part of overcoming that obstacle, part of that answer is knowing who you are, valuing who you are, and then also having the freedom to be your authentic self in the process. Expanding your wings, expanding your knowledge, your insight, knowing who you are, and then being who you are. Knowing who you are and then being who you are. So it's about self-value. It's about self-actualization. That's important. And then to relax, like to let things unfold naturally, to let things fall away. Take time to rest, take time to relax, to enjoy the simple things. Also commandeering your life, right? Commandeering your life, being prepared for the moment. And when it comes, it'll be with more ease, Spirit's saying. You'll have it more, it'll be more at ease. So I think that's it, y'all. Spirit came through today as Spirit does all the time. Thank you. So again, this is your girl Nisi here. I'm doing my little sing-songy thing. It's your girl Nisi here though. And this is Wild Pear Tarot. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you guys, you know, if this message resonated with you, please, I would love it if you would comment below, in the video below, and, you know, tell me what you thought. All right? Thank y'all so much, and I'm gonna catch y'all later. Bye.